Tactics is another one that gives you the option to just grind out if you want to. Any Final Fantasy that lets you grind and power level, I have a hard time saying, like, though any of those could be the hardest, necessarily, because it's not so much that it's hard, it's just that it's a time sink. It's not exactly skill, it's just how much you want to, you know, sink hours into it. I don't know, there has to be one, but it's just been such a hot minute that you know, doesn't really come to mind. I did 10 with ease, yeah. 10, I mean, I think 10 was especially easy. But I love 10 overall as an experience, though, because even though it was easy, I think 10 did a beautiful job of still having character. Like, it had the specific Final Fantasy flavor to it. Hold on. There's some punk out there with, like, a skateboard or something. Yeah, no, it was great. It was great because even though it was easy, it had what makes Final Fantasy special, in my opinion. For the most part. It wasn't perfect, but I think it was still a very charming and good time. Let me fix paint up real quick. Yeah, like that. It's weird, man. It's weird seeing the timing, the timer of this, how it works. As long as Yuna doesn't die, I'll be happy. I don't want to burn any more resources on damn geckos. I'm trying to also, like, consider modern Final Fantasies, since they've leaned a little more into... I guess this is another thing. I'm not sure, because if I think about modern Final Fantasies, when they started to introduce hard mode and stuff. Hey, we got Fyra. Nice.
This is a little embarrassing.
I haven't played all of them in hard mode. If I remember correctly, 16's hard mode was infamously punishing when it first dropped, but they may have, like, balance tweaked that or something.
I bet Payne's not tired.
What's it to you?
I don't know. I've heard Tactics is amazing. I can already, even though I haven't played through it to, you know, give it like a final verdict type thing, I can already say I can see why Tactics is loved for its story and narrative. It takes things in a very grandiose scale and a very serious tone. Much more often than the vast majority of any Final Fantasy. Combat-wise, I can't comment without having played all of it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I think if you're, you know, if you're familiar with or you've played different Fire Emblems, I'd be surprised if Tactics is considered harder than, you know, some of certain Fire Emblem titles. But yeah, this is the thing too. You can definitely break a lot of Fire Emblems with arena abuse, though. Ooh, splitting hairs. Splitting hairs. Not sure. Ten was more story heavy than game mechanics. This is the thing. If you make me think about the story of 10, I want to rip it apart. I think it was limited with, you know, limited by its hardware at the time and them wanting to use actual, you know, voiceover and everything in it. But yeah, I think I don't know, because there's some of my favorite fights, or not even some, I guess all of my favorite fights in 10 are the ones where they got pretty creative on, there we go, where they got pretty creative on what exactly they chose to do mechanically. The zombie and heal, you know, having giant zombie dragon, well, that was more of a callback one, but a lot of the later stuff. Canis wants something? I keep stealing my gil. Get out of here, Canis. Gave you Fire Emblem vibes. Apparently it's a mixture of Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy. I think narratively, more Fire Emblem vibes. Gameplay-wise, it's not, well, gameplay-wise, it's a little more, has a little more depth than Fire Emblem. But the depth to it, from what my limited experience, the depth to it is not necessarily difficulty, if that makes sense. Like, once you wrap your head around everything that game offers and does, it's a good time. But it's nothing crazy over the top, like hard or difficult. It's just got a lot of meat on the bone to chew on, and if you enjoy that, then I think you'd have a lot of fun with it. You can sink a lot of hours into that game.